Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 24. Today we'll be I will be doing a album ranking from the Canadian band Triumph. Why Triumph right now? Well, this is pretty much what I've been listening to the last 2, 3 weeks, if not more. I saw first of all, I'll say that I liked try. I had all the albums for like over 10 years, if not more. There, um, I liked Triumph as a kid and as a teen and whatnot. Um, but then I saw the Rock and Roll Machine documentary, and oh my God, if ever there's a documentary out there that makes you want to love the band even more, and then, sorry, and then actually realizing how good they were. This was such a good documentary. I've watched it 3 times. I may have said this already on my channel, but yeah, Triumph Rock and Roll Machine, the documentary is that good, which made me want to re-listen to them. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been listening to, and my ranking has changed so much since I've watched that documentary. So yeah, they were pretty popular when I was in high school. I remember everybody had that Thunder 7 cassette there, which a very cool album cover. My only regret is I've never seen them live. They actually broke up, or sorry, Rick Emmett left a year before I saw my first concert. So since then, I was like, okay, I haven't seen them, and I hope they actually see this, the band Triumph there. If you hear this, at least make a farewell tour, just so people can actually see. And you look at the videos, and my God, the light show. Okay, the blinding light show, no pun intended, if you know what I'm talking about here. The light show is, I've never seen a band or a show with such amazing lights. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the video. Follow your heart. You'll see what I mean. I was like, whoa, they know. And if you look at the documentary, the Jackson 5 actually saw that tour and hired the guys that make the lights for that band for the Jackson 5. So anyway, long story short, I fucking love Triumph right now. Like, it's my, just like last summer when I was into Blue Oyster Cult for like a few months there, if not more. Right now, it's just about Triumph, and I've been listening to them, and like I said, my ranking has changed so much since I restarted listening to them. So let's start it off. They have 10 albums, so I'll be ranking them from, and I don't think they've actually have a dud of an album. Some maybe are not as good as others, but there's definitely a really good song or two on each album. Anyway, we'll see this here. So for now, this is kind of typical grading there. You'll see why there. So my, I'll say number 10, I will put Rick Emmett's last album with Triumph, which is Surveillance. This one always intrigued me because I didn't know anything about it. I mean, Never Say Never is awesome. Headed for Nowhere. Carry on the Flame, that is a riff. Like, it's almost borderline progressive there. There's some dumb songs on this too there, but actually this is, I used to not like this album at all. Now I actually like it. I don't love it, I like it a lot. So right now I'm putting Triumph's Surveillance as number 10. First of all, before I forget, just got off work. Trying to get rid of also this headache I've had all day. But anyway, next up, number 9, I'm going to put Triumph, The Sport of Kings. I actually like this album. It's just like there's, okay, first of all, Tears and Rain is great. Hooked on You I like. Just One Night. Somebody's out there. My God, I remember as a kid watching Video Hits with Samantha Taylor, and that video popping up. My God, what? Okay, it's a pop rock song, obviously, but man, it's good. It's a great pop song right there. Great chorus, catchy as hell. Somebody's Out There. Yeah, you should check that out there. Take a Stand also is great. And if I have the DVD of the tour that they recorded for Much Music in Halifax, and that was actually a great. They actually not just lights; they had some pretty good lasers too in their on their concert there. But anyway, Triumph, The Sport of Kings as number 9. Number 8. Unfortunately, this one does not exist on vinyl, but I'm going to put Edge of Excess from 92, actually. This is the only album that was... This is after Rick Emmett left, and it's by Canadian guitarist. It's, you know, the Canadian... The guitarist now in this band is Phil X, who's now working with Bon Jovi. This is actually pretty good, too, there. Child in the City, Edge of Excess, Black Sheep, Boys Night Out. Man, I love that song. That's a great one here. But yeah, it's like I said, a lot better than Surveillance for sure, and I would say Sport of Kings as a whole. It rocks a lot. But yeah, Edge of Excess, I'm putting this as number 6. I'm not even sure. I think they only did like 11 shows with this lineup, and then they just literally called it quits. And I'm like, what a shame. This, like, these guys were huge in the 80s. And all gone. So that was number 8. Number 7. I would say this moved up a few spots there because it was probably my least favorite at the time. But I'm going to go with Progressions of Power. I mean, the only hit that was on this was I Live for the Weekend, but I Can Survive is good. Woman in Love. Tear the Roof Off. Now, that's a good song. Hard Road, too, is good. It's just an album, if that makes any sense. Not really a singles type of album, but it happens a lot, I find, in their discography there. So I'm going to put here number 7, Progressions of Power. This actually grew on me a little bit there, but again, if you're looking for hits, there's none on this. This is just a very strong album. So that's number 7, Progressions of Power. Number 6, this one I was probably going to put it last if you asked me this about 2 months ago. I'm going to put Triumph's debut album. First of all, lovely cover. I talked to my friend Kevin. He's like, yeah, the porno looking album. And if you look closely, they kind of look like... Anyway, whatever. 24 Hours a Day is great. Again, when I saw the documentary, I'm like, my God, I was missing some songs or not paying attention as much to this one here. And I think my friend Rob will agree that this is, I believe this is his favorite. 24 Hours a Day is great. Be My Lover. Street Fighter is actually pretty good too. But the best one here, Blinding Light Show. Borderline, how do you say that? Progressive, that changes. You gotta hear this. That's what I mean at the beginning of the episode when I say the Blinding Light Show. That's actually a song by them. So number 6, I'm gonna put Triumph's self-titled album. This one was last, I would say, a month ago. I've grown to like it a lot more. Probably will change there. Next up, again, another one that went high up in my esteem would be their second album, Rock and Roll Machine. Now, this one takes time. I love this here. The City is great. They do a very, very good cover of Joe Walsh's Rocky Mountain Way. And a song I just thought was good. And it's that guitar solo in the middle. But the song, Rock and Roll Machine, again, you watch the documentary and it makes you realize how good that guitar solo in Rock and Roll Machine is. Like, at first I was like, okay, well, this song is 6 minutes 53, and I think there's a 2 or 3 minute guitar solo in this. So yeah, I'm going to put Triumph's Rock and Roll Machine here as number 5, and I'll put that soon there. And there you go. So that's number 5. Triumph's Rock and Roll Machine. But yeah, that song with the guitar solo is very good here. All right, number 4. I'm going to put this baby right here, Triumph's Just a Game. Now, this has got one of their two bigger hits on this. Lay It on the Line, which is a very, basic rocker. Um, it's one of those songs at the time you're like, oh, that's Triumph that sings that. That's really good there. And also, I'm going to put Fantasy Serenade mixing on with Hold On. Hold On is so good too. Love that song here. And also Moving On, American Girls, Just a Game. The only one I don't really like is the last one, which is Suitcase Blues. But it comes, the gatefold is actually pretty cool because it comes with apparently it's a board game that's impossible to play. I think it was made by the bass player Mike Levine. But yeah, number 4, Just a Game by Triumph. This is great here. Number 3. Now, we're coming to the really good albums here. For me, I'm going to go with Allied Forces. Now, this... How am I going to say this here? You guys must have heard Magic Power. I thought it was a good song. You listen to it when you're under the influence a little, if you know what I mean. Take a gummy, you'll know what I mean. And you listen to that song Magic Power while on that gummy, and whoa, I was like, this structure of a song is fucking good. Like, it's that good. I love that song a lot. It's got Fight the Good Fight, Allied Forces, Fool for Your Love, Ordinary Man. That song I didn't like at first, and it was okay. But man, that picks up. There's an awesome riff, guitar riff in the middle there of the song. This is actually a very good album too. Very strong. I think. No, not this one here. I'll explain later why I said I think. But yeah, Magic Power. Take a listen to that song. And if you get a chance, listen to the birthday cake video. It's on YouTube for this year, which is a video that they did back in '81. Never released until they made that documentary. And you'll see why. It's actually pretty bad. So anyway, Triumph Allied Forces, number 3. All right, number 2. This one is, I find, is a album, if that makes any sense there. Not many great hits, but man, listening to this from A to Z is so good. I'm going with Never Surrender. Plus, I find this is actually their best album cover. I love, this and another one there. Never Surrender. Too Much Thinking. A World of Fantasy. Never Surrender is probably like that song. Listen to the riff of the song, and you hear Rick Emmett play this riff and sing at the same time. Now, I'm no guitarist, but you tell me, is this a riff that's really difficult to play while singing at the same time? So this album is good, but it's like a little bit like Progressions of Power, but a lot better. It doesn't have that many hit songs there. World of Fantasy, I think, was a minor hit there, but yeah, Never Surrender, Triumph, really, really good album. So I'm putting this as my number 2. And number 1, you probably guessed it by now, which is now also another really, really good album cover. And wasn't my number 1 at the time. Like, it's probably number 3 or 4, but then I've been listening to a lot of Triumph of late, like I said. So I'm going to put Thunder 7. First of all, this album cover is amazing. Spellbound is easily my favorite Triumph song, like, ever, or right now. This is so good. Midsummer's Daydream is like that little, probably Rick Emmett's best little guitar solo interlude type song. Listen to it. Actually, watch it live. I've never seen someone do what they do with their fingers on the guitar. So, wait, 1 sec there. Oh. There you go. And of course, Follow Your Heart that I talked about earlier. Watch the video just to see the light show for that. And of course, they say it's a canon. I don't think it's called but the song's called Time Canon, which is just like an a cappella of them repeating. And anyway, it's like a canon, but not really a canon. So this, my number one, my favorite album right now is Triumph Thunder 7. Again, not a bad song on this either. I can listen to this. I can listen to the song Spellbound. Why I have of late there is like, and I'm not even sick of it. I've never been sick of that song. I just find the structure of the song amazing and just that good. So I'm putting Triumph Thunder 7 as my favorite Triumph album. So there you have it. Those are my that's my album ranking for Triumph. Again, I used to like them. Now I just love them, and it's one of those bands. I'm really hoping that there's a farewell tour or something, because I would really love to see those guys live at least once before they really officially call it quits there. So anyway, there's my album ranking. I'm just curious to see if you guys actually like this band too or know about them. If so, let me know. If you got a ranking too, just let me know. And there you go. And of course, you have to go watch that documentary. I don't really force people to watch documentaries, or once something's very good, I want to make sure that people know about it. So that documentary is that good. So anyway, that's it for me right now. Hope you enjoy this one. Next episode is going to be a special one too, is another co-hosting episode. This time my co-host is all the way from the UK. So it's going to be fun times there. So we'll see. We're going to be talking about some underappreciated gems in our collection. So hope to see you there. Hope to see you guys watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe if you like this content to get more notifications as to when I'm going to publish another episode. Again, tell your friends. On that note, I'm going to go upstairs now and watch the Sens game. They're probably going to lose. But anyway, have yourself a great night or day or whatever you're doing right now. And we'll see you next episode. Cheers.